Hi guys, so for today's video I thought I would just let you guys know about what I got up to in Japan. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So firstly I wanted to talk about where I went shopping. One of the main places that I went once and got most of the shopping from was Harajuku, and I just adore it because it's like an equivalent to Camden but a lot better, and the stuff that you get there is really nice, and every time I go there it's always different. I only go there the last time I went was like 2 years ago, but it's really good, and every time you go you always get some good bargains, and this time I actually went and it was slightly quieter, so it's really good. I don't recommend going on weekends. I think it's the most busiest time that people go there because kids go when it's like day off school and stuff, so avoid going on a weekend just because it eliminates the whole kind of stress, because I go down the Takeshitadori, which is the main road that everyone goes down where the cheap bargains are. I even popped into Karubi and I had some Karubi sticks, and basically normally they look like this, but then I went in and they look like this, and it was a place that Marzia and Felix went, that's why I was interested in going, and I found it and it was really good and really yummy and really worth going to. And then that's pretty much where I went for shopping. I also popped into Kiddieland as well, and that's where I bought my Crazy Poppin stuff. And I got some little baby Totoro as well, which I mentioned in a haul. But then alternatively, where I went more often was in Japan. When you go to train stations, above train stations are department stores and shops and stuff, so it's very, very different to here in the UK, because if you were going to a shopping centre, you would have to go from the station and it'd be a 10-minute walk to the mall or whatever. But in Japan's case, they're above the train station, so it makes life easier and it makes it really quick. I went to one that was nearby to my grandma's, and it's just great because a lot of the stuff is cheap, and a lot of the things are really nice there, so I really enjoyed doing that, and it's a load of fun going shopping. But pretty much the shopping front, I was only there for under 2 weeks, so I wasn't really going into loads of different places, but if I was to go longer I would probably go shopping in a few more places, but that's pretty much where I went shopping. In terms of food, because I was there only for under 2 weeks again, I spent a lot of my time eating with my grandma and eating at home, but when I wasn't eating at home I was going out and having food, and I adore it. And I went to my family friend's karaoke bar, and they served really good food. I had some awesome fish. Look at the picture up here. If you like fish, oh my god, how good does that look? And I had, they made some sort of barbecue steak. It wasn't the greatest. I had a little bit of it. I'm not sure if I've got a picture or not. I don't know. But it was really yummy. And then I also went to a restaurant and they had this thing called omurice. This is a picture of it. It's not what I took, but I mean, it's a picture of an omurice. Basically, an omurice is omelette. Inside the omelette is rice that has been covered in ketchup. I had a very plain one, just like the picture, but you can get ones that have sweet corn or prawn and stuff, mixed and things like that, but I just got a plain one and it was really yummy, and I love doing stuff like that, and it's really, really yummy. A lot of the time when we didn't have time to make lunch or something, then we would get these things in these little sets like this, and they basically they're deep fried, they have breadcrumbs around them, and it's they're called korokke, so they're like croquettes. I think that's the best way to say them. It's like a French, in France they have those things called croquettes. Basically it's like those, and it had a lot of that kind of stuff. But in Japan separately, this is a different sort of moving on to the next section of food. Whenever I had to go out shopping on my own, so for example Harajuku, I went shopping on my own because I didn't want to sit down and then sit in a restaurant and have food, so I went to a convenience store, and convenience stores are just like in America, so you American viewers know exactly what I'm talking about, but you UK viewers may not know what I'm talking about, but they're basically 24/7 stores, and there's a whole range of them. There's places called Sunks, 7-Eleven, a place called Lawson, and basically they're just open 24/7, and they have the convenience foods that you need on a day-to-day basis. So it's food, magazines, drinks, and that's pretty much it, and some toiletry bits as well. And they're great to go in, and I love going to these shops and getting these little triangular rice balls. I usually get the ones with the salmon inside it, or the fried salmon. There's slightly different flavouring, but it's really yummy. And I also like having, what are those ones? They're basically like fried, think of like fried rice, but it's got like a cooked, kind of like a cooking or like brown sauce type thing. It's like brown sauce and rice in a ball, and they're really yummy. It's a bit hard to explain. I'll find a picture of it and show you. But they're so yummy, and I love a convenience stores because it makes life so much more easier. If you want to have a little snack, you can go in at midnight and you come back from seeing your friends or something, and it's really, really awesome. And another awesome thing that you guys in the UK will not have heard about, and I don't think it's actually, no, they don't have it in the US either. It's vending machines that are just literally around every single corner of the street. I talked about it in my vlog, but I talk about it here as well. Is that in the winter time they have vending machines with hot and cold drinks, and it makes the life a little bit more nicer. Rather than having to wait and go all the way to a cafe or something and waiting in a queue, you can just go in, put your money in, get a nice hot coffee or something. So they have a lot of them on train stations and stuff, and usually in just sort of quiet streets. So there's like 4 like within a minute walk from my grandma's house. It's fantastic. It's great. If you fancy having a little tea, you pop out the house, get one, come back in, and it's fantastic. It's really good, really convenient, and I love them in the winter time. But in terms of food and stuff like that, that's pretty much it. But I was over there for the Christmas period, and they don't really celebrate Christmas a lot in Japan, but they do sell really yummy cakes, and I will show you pictures of cakes in Japan up there, like Christmas themed cakes, and they're so good and so yummy. But that's very popular there. But they don't really celebrate it. They don't take the days off and stuff like that. But at New Year's, what we do as a family is we sit down and we watch a programme, and it's, think of like Jules Holland Hootenanny, but a lot better. Every year, it's been running for about 25 years now, I think, or even longer. It is a music show, and they split the teams up into white and red. Basically, white and red compete against each other. I think before, a long time ago, it used to be white. One of the teams was female, and it was male teams competing against each other, but now it's kind of like a whole mixture, so you don't really know where you're going with it and that kind of stuff. But it's a really fun show. It starts from about 7:15 until midnight, and it just kind of gets you into the sort of like the New Year mood. And there's always new acts on there every year. They sometimes have like global stars on there. Like once there was Newton Faulkner on there. Don't even ask. And because Frozen was very popular this year, and even in Japan, they had Idina Menzel and someone else singing it in Japanese as well on the show. So that's usually what they do. But it's really fun, and it's just kind of like a fun thing to do watching with family. It can get a little bit mundane, but once midnight rolls around, me and my family get into the car, minus my grandma because she's a little bit older, so you know, too much strain for her, but we get into the car and we drive to my mum's cousin's house about half an hour away, and then we pop to the shrine and basically we wish for good luck for the new year, and it's really fun to do that. I like doing that as a tradition every year. It's a bit cold, you have to wait in the queue for about an hour or so, but it's worth queuing up for, and it's really nice just to have, you know, to throw the coin into the box and just do the ritual thing and just wish for luck for the new year. And it's a good thing to do as a little tradition, and I do enjoy doing it. I will carry on as every time I go to Japan. It's kind of a given thing that I've done since I was really young and whenever I've gone there for Christmas. But that's pretty much my New Year traditions and everything that I did in Japan. Whilst I was there, I vlogged. I will leave a link to all of the vlogs in the Tada. I have one last vlog to edit, which I've totally forgotten about, but I will make sure that that goes up next week at some point. And I also did a Japan haul as well, so go check that out. Links in the Tada for you guys. And also, just a sort of side note, I wrote a blog post about what to expect on my YouTube channel and on my blogger as well, so the link to that is down below if you want to read that since you've finished and come to the end of this video. But yeah, don't forget to like this video, put it in your favourites, and if you're new to my channel and you like what you've just seen, then hit the red subscribe button down below to be told when I make new videos, because I make them every Sunday and sometimes during the week. So I guess all I've got left to say is a very happy catch up over and out. Sayonara!